Another day, another story. Amazon Web Services Review, AWS. Amazon Web Services, AWS, takes most of the editor's choice for Infrastructure as a Service, IaaS, for its sheer dominance in a number of areas. AWS will be the best option for most applications and businesses. It is the largest IaaS offering and one with the most comprehensive set of tools, as well as a burgeoning list of third-party integrations. Competing platforms may handle some tasks better, but AWS continues to maintain market leadership. A mature product and service offering, AWS ensures most things work well and setup and management are intuitive and familiar. It also has an impressive level of service which smaller players will find hard to match. The vast array of services in AWS, which includes an even more vast collection of partners. With its wide variety of other AWS cloud services, everything from cloud databases to e-commerce storefronts, can build an end-to-end workload complete with management tools and custom-coded apps. AWS is also a prime example of exactly how key IaaS is becoming, in not only enterprise networks but in small to mid-size business, SMB, installations as well. The AWS cloud operates 54 availability zones within 18 geographic regions, and 1 local region. The company has plans to add 12 more availability zones and 4 more regions around the world. Keep in mind that an availability zone is a cluster of up to 6 data centers, with more being brought online constantly. Core features of AWS. AWS offers the primary services you probably expect when you think of cloud service, including compute, storage and content delivery, databases, and networking. In 2016, AWS launched 1,012 new features, and in 2017 it launched 1,430 new features. In addition to the basic 4 services, AWS offers mobile, developers tools, management tools, IoT, security and enterprise apps. At a high level, you can control all of these with extensive admin controls accessible via a secure web client. Tools available here include identity management, auditing, encryption, key creation, control, storage, monitoring and logging, and more. AWS has more options than anyone else in the cloud business. Need a database management system, DBMS? Check out Amazon Aurora, opens in a new window, a MySQL and PostgreSQL compatible relational database service. If you need to put terabytes, TB, or even a petabyte, PB, of data into the cloud, then AMS Snowball, opens in a new window, a briefcase-size appliance, can do the job. But if you really have a lot of data, there's AWS Snowmobile, an exabyte, EB, scale data appliance that arrives in a 45-foot, ruggedized custom shipping container delivered by a tractor-trailer. AWS has the Internet of Things, opens in a new window, IoT, covered now as well. AWS also offers more conventional cloud services than its competition. As you'd expect, there are virtual servers, opens in a new window, containers, file systems, and block and archival storage. In short, there's nothing you can't do on a cloud that can't be done on AWS. It offers, by far, the widest range of both in-house and third-party software options and choices. Based on Red Hat Enterprise Linux, RHEL, AWS supports many Linux distributions as well as Windows Server 2003, 2008, 2012, and 2016 on top of the Xen hypervisor. Amazon's cloud also supports Docker containers. And with 54 availability zones, each with up to 6 data centers in 18 geographic regions around the world, AWS is also a no-brainer for multinational companies. AWS performance. AWS performance was approximately on par with other cloud services I tested. For these tests, I used Geekbench 4, opens in a new window, by Primate Labs, a cross-platform benchmarking app that's designed to treat all platforms the same, regardless of the operating system. This benchmark ran many integer, floating point, and memory tests. I ran the tests on a single vCPU and 2 GB of RAM running Microsoft Windows Server 2016. With this benchmark, the higher the score the better. The Geekbench 4 was 3021 for single-core performance and 2862 for multi-core performance. These numbers were reasonably close to other virtual servers in this test with similar configurations. While Geekbench will test compute performance using GPUs, the instances we tested did not offer GPUs for these virtual servers. Service-level agreements. While throughput is an important part of overall IaaS provider performance, it's only one half of the equation if you're putting mission-critical infrastructure in the cloud. The other half is the Cloud Provider's Service Level Agreement, SLA. Amazon's current SLA is roughly equivalent to those of other cloud providers. While AWS has a good track record if something does go badly wrong, don't expect to save your bacon with the SLA. AWS's default SLA, like all cloud SLAs, will not cover the cost to your business if the service goes down. It will just provide you with credit for use with AWS. What this means is that you will need to make arrangements for backup and recovery, and you'll probably need to have agreements for disaster recovery services when you need them. Pricing and contract. Pricing on cloud services in general is a source of extreme complication. It's not that the pricing is intentionally hard to follow, but rather, that there are so many options, each individually priced, that you'll need to configure what you want to find out the price. Amazon has pricing calculators to help you, but those are complicated, too. This is a situation in which you may want to ask for help from Amazon's sales staff. That's one reason why a popular service for AWS cloud consultants is simply calculating an accurate price for a proposed cloud solution. While AWS has been aggressively lowering its prices recently, so have its competitors, including Google Cloud Platform and Rackspace. $10,300 at Rackspace opens in a new window. However, the way AWS is set up, it's difficult to determine in advance what your cloud configuration is going to cost. As a starting point, the VMI ran the simple benchmark app in would cost about $14 per month. AWS also has spot pricing and reserved instances that can lower the bill by up to 90% and up to 75%, respectively, from on-demand pricing for EC2 images and other services that leverage EC2, opens in a new window, for example, Amazon EMR. The right-scale cloud calculator is no longer available, so we attempted to price an Amazon solution matching the previous standard configuration. Unfortunately, Amazon doesn't offer anything closely resembling the standard configuration, so, at our request, its staff priced out a configuration that was as close as possible. This included 3 on-demand micro-instances, a web server, load balancer, and a hosting www site. These were supported by 2 on-demand micro web servers for peak demand and a small, reserved, 1-year, light utilization Doctor server. The 300 GB S3 standard storage for the database backup and a 4 GB S3 standard storage for the web server are no longer available in that form. There's also no longer a data transfer allowance. You're simply charged for what you use. For tech support, I went with the included ticket system. This simple web app would cost approximately $2,500 per year according to the pricing provided by Amazon. This is a significant reduction from the original pricing, but it's not the best pricing for this app. Amazon said that today's cloud technology has bypassed the type of setup we used previously and suggested another approach instead. For both a lower cost and higher resiliency, the company anticipates that customers will take advantage of EC2 auto-scaling, opens in a new window, across multiple availability zones. EC2 auto-scaling will bring both the ability to satisfy peak demand and to provide resiliency in the case of failure, according to Amazon. Overall, if you manage to put AWS together the way you want it, then you'll likely have a reasonably low price and decent performance. Plus, you will also have the most options and the greatest flexibility. For most organizations, AWS is your best choice. This is why it receives our Editor's Choice Award in this IaaS Solutions Review Roundup. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to World Famous Stuff REVIEWS https://www.youtube.com/channel/UCBSAMFCAGO6 TCBZIC1 Exelat